Let me tell you something, sunshine. If someone disrespects you and you just sit there taking it, you're part of the goddamn problem. In 2025, weakness gets eaten alive. You either raise your standards or stay a doormat for the rest of your life. In today's world, where entitlement is king and mediocrity gets applause, handling disrespect isn't just important, it's survival. Dan Peña doesn't sugarcoat it, and neither should you. In this video, you'll learn how to face disrespect like a lion, not a lamb. It's time to toughen up, shut up, and level up. Disrespect is a mirror, not a weapon. When someone disrespects you, they're not pulling out some magical dagger that cuts your value in half. They're holding up a mirror to their own insecurities. You see, people who are grounded, confident, and successful don't go around spewing venom. Why? Because they don't need to. They don't need to tear others down to feel tall. But losers, the weak, the bitter, the ones who never pulled the trigger on their own lives, they lash out. They try to belittle you, throw shade, or make sarcastic remarks because they hate that you're doing what they won't dare to do. Go all in. If you let someone's disrespect get under your skin, congratulations. You just handed them control, and that's exactly what they wanted. That's their pathetic power play, but winners don't flinch. Winners look at the jab, smirk, and keep moving. Because when you're locked in on your purpose, someone's cheap shot can't knock you off your game. Let me be crystal clear. You don't fight disrespect with whining. You don't post emotional tweets or passive-aggressive stories. You dominate with execution. While they're busy flapping their gums, you're stacking wins. You're building, creating, moving the needle. And eventually, mark my words, they'll choke on their words when they realize you become untouchable. You think I gave a damn about being liked when I was building my empire? You think Elon Musk lost sleep because someone on Twitter called him crazy? Hell no. We pushed forward. We bulldozed through criticism because the mission was more important than a few fragile egos. And the mission has to be more important than your emotions if you want to win. The problem today is people are soft. They get disrespected once and spiral into overthinking. Why don't they like me? Who cares? If you're building something big, expect resistance, expect jealousy, expect haters. That's how you know you're rising. Disrespect isn't your enemy. It's confirmation you're doing something right. You're rattling the cages of the comfortable. You're a mirror reminding them they chose average, and that truth burns. So the next time someone disrespects you, don't shrink, don't retaliate, don't even explain yourself. Level up. Prove them wrong by doing what they can't. Let your focus speak. Let your success scream. And let their weak attempts to shake you serve as fuel. Disrespect doesn't define you. It defines them. And if you've got the balls to keep going, to shut up and execute, to stay ruthless in your pursuit, you will be the one they remember. Not for how you responded to their nonsense, but for how you made it to the top while they watched from the sidelines. Because in the end, power doesn't argue, it wins. Respond with action, not emotion, isn't just a quote, it's a way of life for high performers. In the real world, no one cares how you feel. The market doesn't care if your feelings got hurt. Life doesn't reward emotional outbursts. It rewards execution. When someone disrespects you, criticizes you, or tries to tear you down, your first instinct might be to fire back with words, to argue, to defend yourself, to prove them wrong. But let me tell you the truth. That's exactly what they want. They want to see you flinch. They want you distracted. The second you start reacting emotionally, you've given them power over you. You've handed them control of your state. And when you give someone that kind of control, you're no longer the one steering your ship. They are. Winners don't waste time explaining themselves. They don't sit around complaining about who hurt their ego. They go to work. They build, they create, they execute with a vengeance. Because at the end of the day, the scoreboard doesn't care who got offended. The scoreboard only reflects who won. That's the difference between amateurs and killers. Amateurs argue, killers act. You can't scream your way to the top. You can't cry your way to respect. You earn it by staying laser focused, grinding when no one's watching, and letting your success slap every critic in the face without saying a single damn word. Let them laugh, let them talk, let them mock. Because while they're wasting their breath, you're out there stacking wins. You're making moves in silence. And trust me, nothing shuts people up faster than results they can't ignore. It's easy to disrespect someone who talks big and delivers small, but it's impossible to ignore someone who delivers so ruthlessly that their results speak louder than any insult ever could. So next time someone throws shade your way, remember, it's not your job to explain yourself to small minds. Your only job is to dominate. Emotions are a luxury you can't afford if you're serious about winning. You've got goals to conquer, a legacy to build, and time that won't wait. Every minute you spend arguing is a minute lost forever. You want to make them regret ever doubting you? Then go do something worth regretting. Outgrow their noise, outperform their expectations, outwork their assumptions. Make them watch you win in real time. Make them realize that every ounce of disrespect they threw your way was fuel for a fire they'll never be able to put out. Let them underestimate you. That's the best part, because when they do, you've already won. You get to come in under the radar and hit them with results they never saw coming. And while they're choking on your success, you'll be too busy leveling up to even notice. So stop reacting, start executing, and let the scoreboard do the talking. Raise your standards or get stepped on. People treat you the way you allow them to. That's the harsh, unfiltered truth. Respect isn't given, it's demanded. Through the standards you set, the values you live by, and the energy you permit around you. If your circle constantly disrespects you, mocks your ambitions, downplays your achievements, or treats your time like it's worthless, it's not just their fault, it's yours too. You trained them to see you that way. Whether you realize it or not, every time you tolerated a joke at your expense, every time you let someone walk over your boundaries, every time you stayed silent to keep the peace, you told them this is okay. You taught them that your dreams were negotiable, that your goals were optional, that your self-worth had a price, and it was cheap. You don't need new friends, you need new boundaries. You need to raise the damn bar, draw the line so hard they trip over it. People who really value you will rise to meet your standards. The rest, let them fall away. You see, in life, you're either setting the tone or dancing to someone else's. And most of you out here doing the chicha with cowards who wouldn't survive one round in the ring of real life. You entertain losers, energy vampires, and parasites because you're afraid of being alone. Let me tell you something, solitude builds empires. Silence is where the real warriors sharpen their blades. You don't rise in the noise, you rise in the discipline of distance. Fight the fire inside you that says, I'm done playing small. Because every time you accept less than you deserve, you shrink a little more, you lose power. And you give away the one thing that separates winners from whiners: control. Raise your standards in how you speak, how you walk, how you work. Stop explaining yourself. Stop justifying your hunger. You want to change your life? Then change what you tolerate. Change the level of bulls to you let in. Stop giving access to people who drain you. Start building walls with gates, not open doors with welcome mats for toxicity. The truth is brutal. If you don't raise your standards, life will step on you. The world doesn't reward average, it steamrolls it. And people, they sense weakness like blood in the water. So stop bleeding for those who wouldn't even hand you a Band-Aid. Start demanding respect, not with your voice, but with your execution, your presence, and your unshakable standards. You don't get what you want in life, you get what you demand. So raise your standards and watch your life rise with it. Disrespect once, shame on them. Disrespect twice, shame on you. If someone consistently disrespects you, drop them like a bad habit, business, family, friends. If they're not aligned with your mission, they're liabilities. This isn't about being heartless, it's about being focused. In 2025, you don't have time to carry dead weight. You're not in the business of dragging people across the finish line. You're in the business of crossing it with excellence. The people around you either elevate your mindset or they poison it. There is no middle ground. And if they can't respect your vision, your time, or your effort, they've already disqualified themselves from walking with you. You think billionaires hang out with people who drain their energy? Hell no, they guard their environment like their life depends on it, because it does. Every phone call, every conversation, every relationship is either pushing you closer to your goals or pulling you away from them. And if you keep tolerating that one friend who jokes about your ambition, or that family member who belittles your progress, you're not loyal. You're weak. You're more committed to comfort than to greatness. And that's why most people never make it past average. The truth is, some people aren't meant to go where you're going. They're stuck in the same loop. Gossip, excuses, insecurity, and they want you stuck with them. Misery loves company. And if you're not careful, you'll be their favorite guest. You weren't born to babysit grown adults with loser mindsets. You were born to dominate, to build, to conquer. And that means sometimes cutting ties with people you once called close. It stings, but it's necessary. Don't let emotional attachment sabotage your destiny. Just because someone's been in your life for years doesn't mean they belong in your next chapter. Sentiment doesn't build empires, standards do. And if someone's behavior repeatedly disrespects your boundaries, your values, or your goals, that's all the data you need. Stop giving second, third, and fourth chances to people who wouldn't give you one. You're building a legacy. That requires clarity, speed, and ruthless discipline. You cannot afford to waste time explaining yourself to people who don't even try to understand you. Your time is your most valuable asset. Treat it like gold. If someone squanders it with drama, negativity, or disrespect, cut them off and keep moving. Fast. Winners move light. They don't carry passengers who can't pull their own weight. This isn't a charity. This is your life, and every decision you make, including who you surround yourself with, either adds fuel to your fire or puts it out. Choose wisely. Because success isn't just about what you do, it's also about what and who you refuse to tolerate. Your legacy demands respect. You're not here to be liked. You're here to leave a legacy. And that's the cold truth most people don't want to face. They're too busy chasing validation, clinging to approval, and watering themselves down just to fit into rooms not worth being in. But not you. Not if you're serious about becoming the high-performance individual you were born to be. You think the icons of our time gave a damn about being liked? Hell no. They cared about results, about power, about impact. And that's what you need to care about. Because at the end of the day, history remembers the winners, not the people pleasers, not the fence sitters, not the excuse makers. Look around. You'll see people drowning in opinions, scared to move, scared to speak, scared to be, because someone might not like them. Let me make this brutally clear. The path to greatness isn't a popularity contest. It's a war zone. And in that war, you don't earn respect by asking for it. You take it through blood, sweat, and the unrelenting execution of your mission. People may not respect you now. They may laugh, doubt, and whisper behind your back. Let them. That's fuel. That's fire. That's leverage. Because when you stay the course, when you build something unshakable, those same people will choke on their words. Do you think legacy is built in comfort? You think it's forged in applause? No. Legacy is built when no one's clapping, when no one's watching, when you're bleeding behind closed doors, doing the reps, taking the hits, staying committed when everyone else quits. Respect isn't given to the loudest, it's given to the last one standing. And that's who you must become, the one who outlasts the rest, the one who doesn't fold under pressure, but becomes pressure. And don't get it twisted, this isn't about ego, it's about standard. Your legacy demands that you hold yourself to a higher level than the world expects, that you operate like a king in a world full of pawns, that you show up every single day, whether you feel like it or not, and dominate. Because one day, people will speak your name. The question is, will it be an admiration or as a warning? Will you be remembered as the one who changed the game or the one who let disrespect dictate his fate? Let your success echo louder than their insults. Let your results drown out the noise. Because when you win, really win, they won't have a choice but to respect you. And even if they don't like you, they'll never forget you. That's legacy. That's power. And that's what you're here to build. Not comfort, not consensus, respect. Now go earn it like your life depends on it, because it does. They don't apologize for being relentless. Stop explaining your ambition to small minds. They won't get it, they never will. And guess what? That's not your responsibility. It's not your job to shrink your vision just so the people around you can feel comfortable in their mediocrity. You weren't born to fit in, you were born to dominate. You want respect, you don't beg for it, you don't whine for it, you earn it. And you earn it by showing up every single damn day with relentless execution. Not with excuses, not with hesitation, not with fear. Relentless execution is what separates the wolves from the sheep, the doers from the talkers, the builders from the dreamers. When you're on a mission to win at the highest level, you will offend people. Your ambition will expose their laziness. Your commitment will highlight their cowardice. That's part of the price. But here's the truth. Winners don't ask for approval. We don't need validation. We seize what we came for. We take the shot. We pull the trigger. And we deal with the consequences later. This world doesn't reward nice. It rewards execution. It rewards obsession. It rewards the one who shows up when no one's watching, when no one's clapping, when no one believes, and still keeps going. You think being polite gets the deal done? No, power gets the deal done. Precision gets the deal done. Grit, aggression, confidence, those get the deal done. People don't follow politeness, they follow strength. And the strongest move you'll ever make is refusing to dim your fire just to make others feel warm. You weren't put on this planet to ask for permission to be great. You were put here to become great. And that journey demands you be relentless. Relentless means no breaks, no apologies, no surrender. It means you keep going when others tap out. It means you risk being misunderstood, hated, judged, and still keep charging forward like a fucking freight train. Because greatness has a cost, and the bill comes in the form of isolation, criticism, and long nights. But it's all worth it, every second. Because in the end, the world doesn't remember the polite ones. It remembers the relentless, the warriors, the savages who refuse to settle. So next time someone tells you you're too intense, say thank you. When they say you work too hard, nod and keep grinding. And when they say, why can't you just be satisfied? Smile, because that means you're on the right path. You are not here to live a life of comfort. You are here to set the standard, to break the limits, to rewrite the rules. And if that makes people uncomfortable, good. Let them stay broke. Let them stay average. You've got an empire to build. And empires aren't built with apologies. They're built with relentless execution. You want to be respected in 2025? Then stop acting like you need permission. Be bold, be brutal, be unstoppable. Dan Peña didn't build a $450 million 0-cents empire being nice. He built it by being effective. Now go handle disrespect the way a high-performance killer would, with results, not reactions. Pull the trigger, take the shot, and never, ever let a loser's opinion slow down your fucking destiny.